Hey, what's up guys, Adam Lobo here, and in this video, I'll give you a full video review of the Huawei Matepad Pro based on your questions in my first impressions video, and I'll compare it against the Huawei's own Mediapad M6 to help you make a purchase decision, and I'll also let you guys know what my pick is at the end of this video, so keep watching. Now, starting from the design and build, the Matepad Pro had a slightly smaller build, although they both had the same 10.8-inch screen, and since the Mediapad M6 is a bit bigger, so the weight is surely just tiny bit heavier as well. Then there's a slight difference in the placement of the buttons, where the power, the volume buttons, the USB-C port, the headphones jack, and the same micro SD card slot on a landscape position is on the right for the Mediapad M6, where the Matepad Pro has 2 out of the 4 stereo speakers, which is available on the right, and to my surprise, Huawei has decided to remove the headphones jack. Now looking on top, there is a total of 4 microphones placed over there, again on a landscape position, but on the Mediapad M6, you'll find 2 out of the 4 stereo speakers over there. Then as for the Matepad Pro, there's the volume button there, where the placements of the microphones is a bit spaced out to increase the distance of picking up your voice for video calls or phone calls for the LTE variant. Then on the left, there's nothing on the Mediapad M6, but as for the Matepad Pro, you'll find the power button with the other 2 stereo speakers over there as well. Then lastly, looking down below, on the Mediapad M6, you'll find the connector to connect to an external keyboard with 2 more of the stereo speakers down there. And as for the Matepad Pro, you'll find the nano memory card, since this is a Wi-Fi variant and not the 5G variant. So when it comes to the display, both are the same at 10.8 inches as mentioned, with an IPS LCD display with a high resolution of 1600 by 2560 pixels, so it is a 2K resolution. Now I was kind of wishing that the Matepad Pro screen, since it's newer, had a refresh rate of at least 90Hz, but that was not the case. So in terms of viewing experience, you'll find both devices looking very similar when viewing videos, and since most content on YouTube and movies are a bit more wider in terms of the aspect ratio, so the screen only fills up just before the hole punch camera. So when it comes to the screen real estate when watching videos is the same, where the edges slightly differs, where the Matepad Pro is slightly curved on the edges as opposed to a sharper edges on the Mediapad M6. Then there's also the tiny difference between the color reproduction on the Matepad Pro, which was a bit more vibrant and a bit nicer than the Mediapad M6. Also, by default, I found that the Matepad Pro had a slightly cooler temperature compared to the warmer tone on the Mediapad M6, which can always be adjusted if you want to, but keep that in mind that these are the default settings. Now as for cameras, as mentioned in my unboxing and my first impressions video, I don't think you want to bring an old tablet around to take pictures, but in terms of the camera specs, the rear camera comes with a 13MP f1.8 aperture, and the front camera has an 8MP f2.0 aperture, and taking videos and photos on the phone was pretty much great, and of course the same. So was the video mode, where both tablets can record up to UHD 2160 up to 30 frames per second for the rear camera, and 1080p up to 30 frames per second for the selfie videos. And speaking of audio, both of the tablets are tuned by Harman Kardon, so you know that the audio is tuned just right. And it has 4 stereo speakers, where both devices sounded loud and clear. Now I've tested the audio with the screen laid down on a flat position or a flat lay position, and although the placements of the speakers are different and the sound quality and the clarity was the same, but I did find that the Mediapad M6 was slightly louder in terms of volume. And then I tried listening to music with the device on a landscape mode, just in case you guys want to listen to music while typing or using it on a desktop mode, where it sounded better on the Matepad Pro as the speakers were on the side instead of the Mediapad M6, where 2 of the speakers were blocked since it is available down below as opposed on the side. And of course, here's a quick sound test on both scenarios. Now just before I go further, if you guys are enjoying this video so far, do give this video a nice big thumbs up. That would be very much appreciated. Now as for the tablet's battery, the Mediapad M6 comes with a slightly bigger battery compared to the Matepad Pro 7250 mAh of battery. But of course, where the Matepad Pro shines is of course the ability to charge wirelessly up to 27 watts, and it also performs reverse wireless charging up to 7.5 watts, which is currently the only tablet out right now which can do that. And in terms of which has a longer lasting battery, of course, since the Mediapad M6 had a larger battery compared to the Matepad Pro, which lasted me close to 4 to 5 days depending on your usage, and of course with an average of 8.5 hours of screen on time at 10% battery with automatic brightness turned on and without dark mode turned on. Now as for the software experience, while both comes with Android 10 right now, the version of the EMUI for the Matepad Pro is the latest 10.0.1, which is newer in terms of software, and there are many ways where the Matepad Pro wins over the Mediapad M6. Now firstly, the Matepad Pro comes with a new Kirin 990 chipset, which is a bit faster than the Kirin 980 of course, since it is last year's chipset. For my real-time use, the difference is there, maybe not that much, but I do feel a bit more smoothness while navigating and also multitasking, and this could also be due to the fact that the Matepad Pro has a faster UFS 3.0 storage compared to the UFS 2.1 on the Mediapad M6. Now like the Huawei P40 Pro, there's also the Huawei Meet Time, which is similar to FaceTime, WeChat and WhatsApp video, but the difference is that the Huawei Meet Time is streaming at Full HD instead of 720p. And like the Mate 30 Pro onwards, the HUAWEI Share and the multi-screen collaboration is present in this particular Matepad Pro to easily transfer files from the phone to your Matepad Pro, which is not present right now on the Mediapad M6. So that's your answer, Bobalan J.K, on using the multi-screen collaboration. So if you're already into the whole Huawei ecosystem, like using a Matepad Pro for your daily device, or even the foldable Mate XS, or even the brand new P40 Pro, you'll find a huge advantage in using the Matepad Pro over the Mediapad M6. So this answers your question vincently on the device and direct sync integration. And I'm sure until now, you may be still wondering whether or not the devices have Google Play services as mentioned in my first impressions video. The answer is no. But again, do check my Huawei 2020 guide video that I did to get your favorite apps to be installed, which includes your Gmail account on the Matepad Pro, which I'll link at the card above. And yes, I did test the face unlock for both of the devices, which works very well, which answers your question, Muhammad Hamad 4968. And yes, you can download the Microsoft apps directly through the Huawei App Gallery, which answers majority of your questions on that. So this is a bit more unique in terms of tablets since it comes with tons of accessories, where as mentioned earlier that the Mediapad M6 has a connector at the bottom to connect to an external keyboard where it has a single angle adjustments for typing, where the Matepad Pro has an external keyboard which can be adjusted to different angles magnetically, which was cool. And I have to say that the typing experience on the Matepad Pro not only felt nicer and sturdy, but the overall typing experience did make the keyboard on the Matepad Pro feel a bit more premium and had a nicer finish to the keyboard keys in between as well. Then the M Pencil for the Matepad Pro is far way more superior compared to the M Pen, as the writing experience was really good since it is equipped with 4096 levels of pressure sensitivity to dive into proper accuracy of writing or even drawing, especially with the pencil tool, where there's many options for you guys to choose from within the Notepad app, compared just to a single pen like drawing experience on the M Pen. And yes, the M Pencil can also be charged wirelessly by placing right on top of the tablet with a whopping 10 hours of battery life as well. So that's your answer, Sulaimat Masri, on the writing experience. And finally, gaming on both devices were great when playing games like Fortnite, PUBG and Asphalt 9. Now from a build quality and ease of use when using the tablet, there was a slight advantage on the Matepad Pro since it had a smaller form factor, but the Mediapad M6 was a bit louder even when playing games. But the screen does fill up to the hole punch camera for the Matepad Pro, so that is definitely a plus as well. And there's absolutely no heating issues when playing games on both tablets. So there's your answer, Muhammad Nur Hadi, on that. And also your gaming test, Zora Yender, which is available through the APK Pure and also directly through the Huawei App Gallery. And finally also Dante Barnett. Alright guys, so that is everything that you guys need to know about the Matepad Pro against the Mediapad M6. As you guys have seen, there's pros and cons for each. And with this, do let me know which one would you guys choose at the comment section below. Well, for me, I'd go with the Matepad Pro since it is more future-proof, but then again, this all comes down to what suits you the best based on what I've shown in this review. So that's your comparison video. Ashraf Siegel and many more who have asked me to do this during my Q&A live session on Adam Lobo TV. Now, as for the tablet's price here in Malaysia, the Huawei Mediapad M6 is going for 1,899 ringgit with a free M Pen Lite while stocks last, and the Huawei Matepad Pro is currently going for 2,399 ringgit for the Wi-Fi variant with free gifts worth up to 160 ringgit, also on a limited time only. And if you guys are interested in getting either one of this, I'll leave a link at the description below. Now, aside from that, thank you so much for watching. Hope you guys found this video helpful in making your purchase decision. And if you did, be sure to give this video again a nice big thumbs up and subscribe to Adam Lobo TV to show your support. My name is Adam Lobo and I'll catch you guys in my next video. But where the Matepad Pro shines is of course the ability to shine. But of course, shine bright like a diamonds. Without dark mode. And without dark mode. And without dark mode turned on.